Hi everyone and welcome to Generation XYZ of Betting. I'm Kevin Ferguson. I've got Shakes, Rampetti and Oliver Keohane here with me. Try and make sense of the Premier League, which has been a difficult thing to do this year. Difficult to say the least. I've had some punters on my platform say this season has been evil. I've heard all sorts of turn of phrase on it. It's been one hell of a season. And Shakes, I know you've bet against your gut often this year.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Premier League has thrown some heavy results. And I think for the first time this season, I'm going to place a bet against my team. So
you and everybody else, man.
Yeah. Shocking that this is the first time you're betting against Arsenal this season.
Another tough week ahead, I think. Some interesting fixtures. Let's start with you, Shakes.
okay. So obviously the first game was supposed to be Aston Villa going up against Newcastle, but due to the number of COVID cases that Newcastle got, they had to postpone the fixture. So there will not be a Friday Premier League fixture. So the first one is at Burnley against Everton. Everton obviously, yeah, they're starting to show who they really are. You know, you look in the top five, they're not even there anymore. The only good thing you probably would say about them is that I guess Calvert-Lewin is scoring goals. I guess Allen has been a good signing. But other than that, they're just going back into who they were all this time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got good news for the Evertonians, and I think they're going to claim a win this weekend by beating Burnley 2-0.
Yeah, I reckon Everton's going to go there. Look, I mean, Burnley can't strike in the same way that Leeds did. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see them scoring against Everton. I'm probably gonna have to agree with you 2-0, Shakes. Yeah.
Yeah, for Everton, have lost 4 out of the last 5. They're not, but you know, they're only 5 points off first place. So it's a pretty competitive league, bunched up in the top 10 this year. But they should have enough to get by Burnley. I mean, I was shocked that Leeds beat them on the weekend and the amount of chances that Leeds created. But Burnley are not Leeds. 5 points from there, 9 games this season. That doesn't bode well for them, and they're rooted to 19th in the table. So I also like Everton to win 3-1.
Okay, so you think there's going to be some goals?
I do indeed. Yeah. So we're all in agreement on this one, huh?
Yeah. 1.96 on Everton. What do you guys think of those odds?
196. I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 196. No, not bad odds. I won't lie, not bad odds. I even checked out. I think I checked out Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and he's rated at 2 point something to score on Betway as well. So that's another bet that if you wanted to take, you could actually go with it if you wanted to, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I do like Everton in this one, and most punters I think are predicting them to win with relative ease. Next one up, another interesting game. For me to continue Man City's momentum is an easy tee off against Fulham.
Yeah. I think it'll be I don't know if Man City will come out and be able to score 5 goals again, but I don't think it'll be a tough fixture. I reckon 2-0 to Man City.
Shakes?
I look at this, and obviously I say Man City straight win, but geez, man, the odds could have been a little bit kinder to Fulham. Like they're not,
Yeah,
they're not 19.32 bad, you know. And another thing is also a valued bet. I probably would say is both teams to score. I mean, even if Man City win 4-1, Fulham has the capability of scoring that one, and both teams to score on Betway is 2.09. So, hey, you know, something that's not too bad there as well. So, but if I was to predict the scoreline, I think Manchester City win this one. I'll say 3-1, not 4-1, 3-1.
Okay.
I just think with Aguero back and Ake fully fit, the momentum, I see 4-0. I see this as an easy win. And, 4-0 for me. Man City, Fulham. Could be more. hard to attack with the ball when you're picking it out of the back of your net. Next up is an interesting West Ham versus Manchester United.
Yeah, Man United, if you got to follow their trend, it's kind of 1-1 going between Champions League and Premier League. So for every one that they win in the Premier League, they're probably going to lose one in the Champions League. And if you go from the fact that they got put away 3-1 by PSG, the data suggests that this weekend should be a win for them. So I reckon 2-1 to Man United. They did very well against Southampton last weekend. I didn't think that United team had the kind of character to come back from a 2-0 down, and they came back really well, to win 3-2. I see it being a similar thing. West Ham could potentially score first, but I reckon United will come away with it 2-1.
Checks?
Without a shadow of a doubt. I think Oliver mentioned a good point in terms of in the Champions League, if they do this, they'll do this in the league. If they do this in the league, they'll do this in the Champions League, or whatever the case may be, showing a lot of inconsistency. But I have to say that I think this weekend is a different fixture. So West Ham is not necessarily Southampton. I think they're much harder to beat. And I think also David Moyes wants to prove something again to Manchester United. And surprisingly enough, the last 3 Premier League games West Ham have played, they've won all 3. So which is interesting. And I'm going to go with a double chance on this one. If I was to bet, I would go on a double chance because that's rated at 1.74. But scoreline that I'll have to put here, West Ham 2-1.
Okay. We're all three going to have 3 different results, I'm afraid, and that's good because one of us is going to be right. I get the Moyes factor, and I think, there's always something to prove when an ex-manager, especially when he left under, it was embarrassing. I think that's the word for it. With Man United playing European football this week, I like the 1-1 draw. I think it's going to be a tough game. If I had to pick a winner, I'd probably say West Ham, but I'm going to go with 1-1.
Yeah, halftime draw might not be a bad bet on that too. That's been happening a lot in these kind of games recently, like halftime 0-0 and score 1-0.
Okay, so we all 3 differed on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, then we've got a lovely game with Chelsea versus Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds have just been, Chelsea have been brilliant in their defense. Edward Mendy keeping all these clean sheets. But Leeds, you just get the sense over the last 2 games they've been hammering away at those goalposts so many times that eventually a goal has to kind of come from it, which it did against Everton. But, I feel like another one could definitely come this weekend. And it's not an indictment on Chelsea's defensive capabilities. I just think, if you're taking 30 shots in a game, and most of them are on target, if you're playing well, one of them is going to go in. So I think Leeds will score. I don't think this will be as easy for Chelsea as the odds suggest, which is 1.56. I still think they'll win though at Stamford Bridge. I think it's going to be 2-1. Leeds are really going to put up a fight.
Yeah, I have to go along with that, Ollie. 2-1 for Chelsea. I think they're gelling nicely. A nice string of games without defeat. That change in goalkeeper has made a massive difference. So much so that I think that if they had the same goalkeeper that they had at the start of the year, I would be predicting a Leeds win or draw. But Chelsea playing with so much confidence. They hammered Sevilla last night. Yeah, I just like Chelsea to win this 2-1. I think it's going to be a close game, 2-1.
Yeah, they Chelsea have been good, and I have to give credit to Frank Lampard. I think he's finally found these team that he's going to start with, and it's not like major changes. I mean, it's one of those, he put Kante in the position that he's supposed, that we all know him to be as world class, and he's found his starting attacking force. He's found his defense as well. Thiago Silva has been a good buy. It seems like every single game that they play, they're going in with confidence. They're not losing games. And the key thing is they're not conceding either. And strangely enough, I'm going to go with, if I was to place a bet, I see a juicy bet as well on this one. Handicap -1 to Chelsea, 2.31 odds. I think Chelsea win this one 3-0.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll remember that when I'm predicting my Arsenal bet.
Yeah.